And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Wilfred Arnold. Okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes.
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How do you do it? Teach me something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but
Wait, hold up. I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this.
when it's time to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
Just a sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your Wednesday. It is hump day, y'all. Mother-loving hump day. It's hump day, y'all. Hump day. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying your day, humping the day away in a positive and wonderful fashion. You know what I'm saying? We do not have David today. Unfortunately, he is taking the day off. It is all good. But of course, hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up if you guys are having a wonderful and positive day. There's a lot going on today, and unfortunately, in my own personal world. So unfortunately, today's show is going to be short, but I wanted to give you guys some breaking stories of the day, something that broke late last night, that CNN, Fox News, everybody and their mama. Actually, I don't even think Fox News is really talking about this, but a lot of the left side of media is talking about this main thing about the Attorney General doing a probe into the Trump organization, which is really, really crazy. So we got to take a look at that. And of course, we got this news about Demi Lovato. She's back in the news again. And then I got a video that I wanted to show you guys that I think is very interesting, that I think you guys will just go, what? So it's definitely something. There's some stuff that we need to talk about and take a look at for reals, okay? So good morning to all y'all that are coming in and chopping it up with me today. I really do appreciate you guys coming in on this Wednesday and everything. And like I said, I'm going to do my best to give you guys as much information as I can for the little time that I do have. Like I said, I got some cool things happening that are requiring me to step away from the microphone so that I can be on the microphone a lot more often. So with that being said, let's get into some of this news here. All right. Now, the New York Attorney General is adding criminal capacity to probe of Trump organization. And I got a little bit of an article, and there's a video that, of course, we're going to want to take a look at here. So let's take a look real quick. So, New York Attorney General Letitia James is joining the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in a criminal investigation of the Trump organization. The Attorney General's Office investigation into the Trump organization, which has been underway since 2019, will also continue a civil probe, but the office recently informed Trump organization officials of the criminal component. We have informed the Trump organization that our investigation into the organization is no longer purely civil in nature. We are now actively investigating the Trump organization in a criminal capacity, along with the Manhattan DA. This is what James spokesman Fabian Levy told CNN. We have no additional comment. And in increasingly serious sign for the former President Donald Trump, the Attorney General's office is working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office whose wide sweeping probe into the Trump Organization has looked into whether the company misled lenders and insurance companies about the value of properties and whether it paid the appropriate taxes. James's notification to the organization brings a new level of potential legal risk to the former president, with the attorney general now being able to seek criminal penalties as part of the probe. Okay. A lawyer for the Trump Organization declined to comment when reached by CNN, which is the article that I'm reading from right here. A person familiar with the investigation said a couple of investigators with the New York Attorney General's office who are steeped in knowledge about the Trump Organization have joined the district attorney's team. A different person familiar with the matter said the New York Attorney General is still conducting a civil investigation. Trump has previously called the New York Attorney General's investigation politically motivated. For the past 2 years, James's office looked into matters including whether or not it improperly inflated assets on financial statements to secure loans and obtain economic and tax benefits, as well as how Trump Organization employees were compensated. Like I said, they're going all the way in, y'all. They're going all the way in. All right. Then this is obviously, there's so much more into this whole situation. Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, testified before Congress in 2019 that Trump's annual financial statements inflated the value of his assets to secure favorable loans and insurance coverage, but deflated the value of other assets to reduce real estate taxes. Investigators have deposed multiple Trump Organization officials, including Eric Trump, the former president's son, and Chief Financial Officer Alan Weisselberg. So they are going all the way in, as we see here. It's not, this ain't gonna stop. All right. Obviously, Attorney General James is New York Attorney General. Sorry, Letitia James is. She's going to make sure no stone is unturned. And we saw this a while back. We saw this in early 2020 when she was going in and, she was taking down the NRA, all these things. So she's going to make sure no stone is unturned when it comes to President Trump or former President Trump. But let's take a look at this CNN clip here real quick.
New York Attorney General is joining the Manhattan DA's criminal investigation of the Trump Organization, politically motivated. But this move signals, at a minimum, a new set of concerns, which I will explain as we bring in Van Jones for a twofer tonight. One quick beat on this. Look, when things evolve from civil to criminal, it's not good. It is just as likely that...
Hold on. Something weird is going on. Is it working now? Are we good? Looks like we're good now. Okay, I'm going to go back. I feel like it just buffered real quick. I don't know why that happened. We're going to go back a little bit here, guys.
The DA's office organization. That is in addition to the ongoing civil probe already started on the state level by the AG. The AG probe into the Trump Organization will continue as a civil matter as well. It has to deal with how valued assets were handled and whether they were inflated one purpose, deflated in another purpose. Her office, the AG, Letitia James, has been looking into matters including whether or not the Trump Org improperly inflated assets on financial statements to secure loans and obtain economic and tax benefits, as well as how Trump Org employees were compensated. Lawyers for the Trump Organization haven't responded to requests for comment. In the past, they've said it's politically motivated. But this move signals, at a minimum, a new set of concerns, which I will explain as we bring in Van Jones for a twofer tonight. One quick beat on this. Look, when things evolve from civil to criminal, it's not good. It is just as likely that the DA's office reached out to the AG as vice versa to say, we'd like more resources on this. Let's see if we can combine understanding. And in the readout, it says that the AG has a couple of its staffers with deep knowledge of the Trump org and criminal law working now with the DA's team. What does it sound like to you?
It sounds like bad news for the Trump Organization.
Facts.
Look, Letitia James is one of those kind of no fear, no favor, attorney generals. I mean, she's tough. She doesn't play around. So I don't think she'd be doing this as a stunt. This is not something that she's not the kind of person to do this just for the headlines. I think this is a very serious development.
Yes, guys. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this woman is not going to let up until she finds something. You see what I'm saying? She's going to keep going until she strikes oil. That's basically what's going on right now. And of course, there's a lot of investigation going on in regards to things that happened in January as well. There's still a lot of things that are developing. But of course, they're sitting here saying, hey, this Trump was allegedly, what's the word? Jumping through loopholes. You know what I mean? To save a buck or be able to obtain a buck. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on right now. And like I said, it seems like Letitia James, she's just going to latch on and she's not going to let go until something falls out. You see what I'm saying? So we just got to keep an eye on this whole thing, Yes, a New York Attorney General, Letitia James, Kiki of 5, just so you know. Crazy, right? Yeah, exactly, Siri. Cooking the books. Clearly, if she can find that they or the Trump Organization was cooking the books, then maybe they can take certain things down. You see what I'm saying? So there's some opportunities, some opportunities that could be spiking. And the thing is like, I feel like Letitia James, Attorney General Letitia James, is going to sit there and try to find any chink in the armor, any piece of any small problem, and just jump in through there. You see what I'm saying? Because of course, the organization, Trump, all that stuff. I mean, listen, they've been investigated, etc. I mean, he has been untouchable. So they would have to literally find something super hardcore. See what I'm saying? They have to find something very minute within thousands and thousands of papers, you know what I mean, and documents and whatever, to really take this man down or take the organization down, you see. So, Juanita, I do believe that there is something there for sure. But like I said, she's latching on and she's going to stay on until something falls out. And I think she's going to find it. If they're not going to take them down, with what happened in January, they got to take them down in some other way. And that's exactly what they're trying to find right now, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, yeah, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, but they're going to find it. You know what I'm saying? Trump ain't going nowhere. The organization ain't going nowhere either. It going to be here. So they going to look. You know what I'm saying? She going to comb through that thing with a fine-tooth comb. She's going to go through that thing with a magnifying glass and try to find those small flaws. You know what I'm saying? And then expand from there. That's what I think is going to happen. You see what I'm saying? It's the whole follow the money situation, except actually, it's going to be like follow the numbers, follow the digits or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a crazy one. So I saw this on Reddit okay, just the other day, and I was just kind of like, you know what, I need to show this to y'all because we've been watching this Andrew Brown Jr. situation go on and on and on, and it's, you know, as we finally got to see the body cam footage just the other day, you know, thanks to Games and Gossip for the basically for the heads up about the press briefing. But what's crazy is that I saw this video, right? And in light of everything that we've seen with Andrew Brown Jr. and the killing of Andrew Brown Jr. and all that stuff, you see a video like this and it makes you think a little bit otherwise. Now, before I show you guys this video, it's a Grand Prairie man. At least this is what it says in the title, okay? You don't see this particular act actually happen, the first part, and I'll say this here. So a Grand Prairie man intentionally strikes an officer with his truck, drives away, and gets arrested, okay? Now, in this particular video, I don't see him striking anybody. I don't. But he is extremely rude. You know, he does drive away. He does curse at the cop and all this stuff. But he's still alive to tell his story. I want to show you guys the video. It's very weird. They say that he strikes the cop, but I don't see it with his vehicle. I don't see that part at all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a part that was missed out on the video. I don't know. But we need to take a look at this video because it was something that I saw just literally 2 days ago and thought it was something worth the watch. Let's take a look.
I'm waiting for your boss to call me. Fuck off and get in your car. You're a fucking little bitch. Give me my ticket and go fuck yourself, goofball fucking faggot. Fuck you.
Jesus.
Fuck off, you bitch.
Wow.
You're a fucking clown.
So, there's that part.
He like pushed him. So he just hit me. So.
Oh, you just so he must have pushed him or something like that?
He's got his gun on me now. The RCMP officer has his gun on me now. Listen to him. He's fucking hitting. He's hitting my fucking truck now. He's breaking my window. Holy fuck! Get him over here. Assaulting a police officer. Get him over here. Holy fuck! Help me! Help me! I won't.
Send somebody now, please. He's got a gun on my husband.
He's tripping balls.
Send someone now.
Help me! Help me! Help me! Holy fuck! Help me!
Sakes! What are you doing? Fuck! He didn't do anything. Fuck! Send more people, please. There's another officer here, but.
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna roll this back, okay? Because here it is. Lax pain, facts, baby. I was just about to say that, bruh. Okay, well I was gonna say exactly what you said, but from Rottweiler to Chihuahua in 2.2 seconds. Real talk. He was sitting there flexing on the dude, going, F you, I got your boss on the phone, wait a second, etc. How do you have the boss on speed dial? But hold up. This is the part. I just thought this was hilarious.
I'm waiting for your boss to call me. Fuck off and get in your car.
I'm waiting for your boss to call me. F off and get in your car. He's saying this to a police officer. Real talk. And apparently he's got his boss's, like the chief of police's phone number on speed dial or something. So he straight up went Karen on the cops, right? Calling in, complaining, like, I need to speak to your manager. And he's sitting there going, nah, man. So there's a part that I didn't hear before in the middle, but now I'm hearing it now. But look at this. Talk about some serious privilege right here. Now, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm not trying to say anything bad. I'm not trying to be like this, but at the same time, though, if this was a different situation, if this was a different person in this car, would he be treated the same way? I mean, the end part with him breaking the window, that's normal. I see that on all types of accounts. But I feel like this man would have been shot and killed by now. He would have been dead. Him dead in 2.2 seconds. For flipping him off, for calling him the F word, for cursing at him, calling him a clown, all those things. And yet he still got arrested. He didn't get tased. He didn't get beat to the ground. No, nothing. But hold up.
You're a fucking little bitch. Give me my ticket and go fuck yourself, goofball fucking faggot. Fuck.
See, now, this is the other thing. How does he have how could he get away with How could he get away with saying any of this stuff? I'm just saying, how could he get away with saying any of this stuff and not automatically get arrested? All right? Just saying. How could he say any of these things, pull off saying you're the F and this, that, and the third, you're a clown, as he's driving off? Esmont, exactly. He's holding that phone, all that stuff. It would have been like, it's dimly lit. I thought it was a gun. Bang, 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 bang. Put it down. Yet he's still alive, though. Oh, but let's keep playing. Let's keep playing this. Hold on.
You. Fuck off, you bitch.
Here's the part.
You're a fucking clown.
Always has to have the last word, huh?
He pushed him. So just hit me.
See, they cut something out right there. You just pushed him, and then I guess the cop said, "You just hit me." So hit him with the car, as they said. Hit him with the car. Let me say that again. Hit him with the car, and yet he is still alive. No bullets have been. No bullets shattered the windshield. There is no bullet wound in the back of his head. No nothing. He pushed him. He hit him with his car. He hit a cop with his car. And the last thing that happened, the only thing that happened to him, is that he got arrested. Oh, and they broke the driver's side window. That's it.
So
I want to play that back one more time.
he pushed him. So just hit me.
See?
So in 5 fucking
He's got
minutes.
his gun on me now. The RCMP officer has his gun on me now.
He's still on the car. He's still on the phone with whoever it is. It must be the chief of police, because he must have finally gotten through with the chief of police, complaining to the police about the cop that's about to arrest his ass. Mind you, that man just hit that police officer with his car. Just want to make sure I want to make that abundantly clear. I want you all in the nosebleed seats to hear this. He hit the cop with his car, with people in the car, and a little dog too. Hit the cop with the car, and he's still alive. No bullet wounds, no bullet holes in his car, not a damn thing. Yet he is the one who lives, and you got another man who drove away, was trying to evade the police, and now everybody's trying to. I see all the debates, I see all the arguments going on the little clip that I took out. You know what I'm saying? That little clip that I put out by itself to show the body cam footage, it's extremely polarizing. There's a lot of people that are sitting here going, "No, he was driving right towards him." I'm like, bruh, if you look back at the actual video, the wheels are turning far left. They're turning hard to the left. He's trying to get away. He is not driving towards him. He is trying to drive away. Now, this is a man with a big-ass pickup truck. F-150, I'm assuming. That hit a cop. And he's still alive. So, I think somebody wanted me to pull this up or turn up the volume on this part real quick. I'm going to do that so that you can hear that push hit him thing. One last time.
He like pushed him. So just hit me.
Yep.
So.
Here we go. And then there's more.
In 5 fucking
He's got
minutes.
his gun on me now. The RCMP officer has his gun on me now.
He's complaining like this is like that guy who's on the phone can do anything. It's like those people in those horror movies that are getting attacked or they're hiding from the serial killer, and then there's the dispatcher on the phone trying to tell them what to do. The person on the other line can't do anything. They can't physically do anything. It's you know what I'm saying? It's a wrap, son. It's a wrap. That's why you run for the front door and get in your car and you drive away. End of horror movie. See what I'm saying? No more final girl. You feel me? Then you have 3 or 4 final girls. You know what I'm saying? In those horror movies. Why is he calling this dude? Like, this guy's going to tell his cop to stand down out of nowhere. That ain't going to happen. That's clearly not going to happen.
Listen to him. He's fucking hitting. He's hitting my fucking truck now. He's breaking my window. Holy fuck! Get him over here. Get him over here. Holy fuck! Help me! Help me! I won't.
Send somebody now, please. He's got his gun on my husband.
He's tripping balls. Hurry
Send
up.
someone now.
Help me! Help me!
He's tripping balls. Help me. While another cop pulls up. What is it? So that police officer is going to come up and go, wait, hey, hold up, stop. Guys, hold up. Sir, what's going on here? No, he's going to arrest his ass and throw him in that damn car, in the back of that squad car, period.
Help me! Holy fuck! Help me!
Sakes, what are you doing? Fuck! He didn't do anything. Fuck.
He didn't do anything, yet he hit the car. He hit the man with his car. Mark Jones, that's hilarious. Put me on speakerphone, please. Killer, please don't kill this caller. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, 10-4. Roger that. No problem. Get out of here, y'all. Come on. And yet people are out here complaining. Like I said, if that isn't an example of how messed up and how uneven the system is, I don't know what else is. Because here it is. That guy hit him with the car, snatched his citation from him, the ticket from him, threw out slurs, cursed at him, sped off, and then the cop said, no, he assaulted an officer. Nope, he's about to go and get arrested. F it. And then he went up and arrested his ass. And yet he's still alive. No bullet wounds, no injuries. He has a broken front driver's side window. That's it. That's it. He was feeling himself, too, in the very beginning, too. He was just like, F you, man. You wait right there. I'm on the phone with your boss. Wow. Okay. That is true. I can't equate Canadian policing to American policing. That's very, very true. That is very, very true. But at the same time, it is just funny how things work. It's just funny how unbalanced things are. You know, regardless of Canada or America. Shoot, I just did a story a couple months ago about a woman getting seriously assaulted by a cop. He face slammed her to the ground. And that was in Canada too. Straight up, just she's handcuffed, hands behind her back, black woman, she has dreads. He grabbed her by the dreads and face slammed her into the ground. And that was in Canada as well. You know, it's insane. It's insane. But like I said, it's crazy to me when you have something like this and it doesn't end in some sort of death. Blood is not shed. But then you look at another situation where there's multiple cops and there's a man shot in the back of his head. So, I just find it very strange. Very, 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 very strange. Excuse me. So for our last conversation, our last story of the day, I found this very interesting. Demi Lovato has come out as non-binary. They are now announcing that they are they and them, which is very interesting. All right. So actually, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised about any of this story at all. None whatsoever. But here we go. Demi Lovato is non-binary and is changing their pronouns to they, them, the singer has told fans. Announcing the news on Twitter on Wednesday, the 28-year-old singer said they were so happy to share more of my life with you all, and went on. I'm proud to let you know that I identify as non-binary and will officially be changing my pronouns as they, them, moving forward. The pop star added, I'm doing this for those out there that haven't been able to share who they are, who they truly are, with their loved ones. Please keep living in your truths and know I'm sending as much love your way. Now, looks like there's a little video. Might as well just check it out. Why not?
This is 4D with Demi Lovato.
4D.
Living in the fourth dimension means existing consciously in both time and space. But for me, it means having conversations that transcend the typical discourse. I want to take this moment to share something very personal with you. Over the past year and a half, I've been doing some healing and self-reflective work. And through this work, I've had the revelation that I identify as non-binary. With that said, I'll officially be changing my pronouns to they, them. I feel that this best represents the fluidity I feel in my gender expression and allows me to feel most authentic and true to the person I both know I am and still am discovering. In this first episode, I'm excited to share with you what this means to me and what it may look like for other people. I want to make it clear that I'm still learning and coming into myself, and I don't claim to be an expert or a spokesperson. I know this might be a new conversation for many, so I'm inviting my friend Alok, someone I trust, to spend time on this platform. Alok is an author, performer, and an important voice within the non-binary community and beyond. Their work to create visibility, equality, and understanding has inspired me on my healing journey. We'll discuss identity at large, but also take the time to personally reflect on how I came into my truth so that we, like many others, are able to live our lives authentically. In just a minute, I'm going to share space with Alok and dive deeper into this conversation.
So, here it is. I agree. She lost me a fourth dimension as well. But at the same time, though, what is fourth dimension? I forgot. What is the fourth dimension? Hold on. We got to Google that. We got to Google that together. What is the fourth dimension? Let's find out. It's just an extension of the third dimensional space or 3D space. That does not help at all. A tesseract, a fourth dimensional mathematical object with no, that does not. A fourth dimensional space is a mathematical extension of the concept of the third dimensional or 3D space. The three-dimensional space is the simplest possible abstraction for the observation that one only needs three numbers called dimensions. Okay, to describe sizes or locations or objects in the everyday world. Okay, so, and that's fine. That is totally fine. Obviously, you know, in a way, it's her trying to think outside the box. You know what I mean? Going beyond the 3D realm. I get it. You know what I mean? Especially when she's going, hey, I am now non-binary. I am, you know, referring to myself as they, them. These are my pronouns and all that. And that's cool. I mean, shoot, like here it is. If you want to be called John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his name is my name too, I'd be okay with it. I don't care. Like it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many people I meet on a daily basis that call themselves something different all the time? It'd be like, oh, my name is Mike, but actually, my what I really go by is Chaos with a K. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and throw shade at anybody who wants to be referred to as they and them. You see what I'm saying? You know, if you got somebody who's like, yo, my name is Cyclops. It's like, okay, man, you want to be called Cyclops? Bet, man. Bet. Be called Cyclops. I don't care. I'll call you Cyclops. Hey, if that's what makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. Nerd just said, I'm Captain Puss. I'm done, Nerd. I'm done. I'm done with you. Always with the jokes. But see, and yes, Tammy from the Block, yes, those are nicknames. Sure, but at the same time, I don't understand. I don't see the big deal if somebody wants to be referred to as something different, something else. I think it's fine. I think, here it is. The only problem I have with it, okay, I'm going to be real. The only problem I got with it, y'all, is when you don't get the memo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't get the TPS report. The Pascal show report. Anyway, you didn't get the TPS report, right? The memo that this particular person wants to be called they and them, or they want to be called she and her, or whatever. And that one day you meet that person and you don't know their pronouns at all whatsoever. And you suddenly go, isn't that hers? And everyone goes, oh, no, don't call it that again. It's not her, it's they. You know what I'm saying? That's the part I have a problem with. Because here's the thing. Not everybody is at Demi Lovato status. Let's keep it straight funky. Not everybody is Demi Lovato, where she can pop onto her twits and just twit something real quick saying, I am now they and them. The world knows. It became trending news. Everybody and their mama. I woke up with people sending this to me in Messenger saying, yo, she has come out as non-binary. But what about JoJo, the person down the street that wants to say, hey, I want to be referred to as they and them. And then you you go to their place down the street. Hey, what's up, JoJo? You know what I mean? Man, bruh, I can't believe what you've been doing, bro. Yeah, man, that's all his. All this stuff is his. Look at JoJo. Look at him doing it. And you're saying all this stuff and suddenly they're offended because you didn't get the memo. Because JoJo ain't Demi Lovato status. So if JoJo came out as they and them, or he and her, or she and her, I'm sorry. How are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to know? I got a couple friends of mine that have come out as non-binary. And I'm all about it. I'm like, more power to you, because I know and I see it and they make that announcement, right? But there's that concern, right? That you don't want to offend anybody. You know? You're talking to Michelle. She's coming out as he and him. But you only know Michelle is Michelle. So then suddenly you start talking to Michelle. You're going, man, girl, you're killing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you keep being a powerful, strong woman. And then they go, wait a second. And they're like, hey, man, I didn't know. I didn't know. I did not know. But that's what's up. Got mad props for you. So for me, I don't mind it. I don't care. I know there's a lot of other people out here that go, oh, there goes the neighborhood. You're making everything so confusing. Why you got to make everything so damn confusing? Why can't it just be he and her, or he and she and him and her, and just be done with it? Why got to be they and them? You know what I'm saying? And them. Why? Well, hey, if that's what Demi Lovato, Sam Smith, Elliot Page, if that's where they want to go, if that's what they want to be called and referred to as, if that's their pronouns, then that's their pronouns. It's fine. My only concern is that people know, because you don't want to offend anybody, right? We live in this world where everything's hypersensitive, right? And you don't want to say anything that's going to trigger or upset anybody or make it seem like you're not cool with that, with this kind of, with the movement, right? So that's the only thing I could see as being a concern. You see what I'm saying? Paige is now Haley Joel Osment. Oh my God. It's confusing because we are using pronouns used to describe plurality for singular individuals. Yes. And that is something that's tough to put into your vernacular and start using into your vernacular, because that's tough. It is tough. I'm not going to lie. That's tough. But hey, you know, say one person learns, you know this person is, you know this person is Alice, and then suddenly that person says, no, you know, that is not I don't like being referred to that anymore, you know, or I've legally changed my name to Samantha or something like that. You're gonna change your vernacular. Maybe your first few times you can go, Alice, shoot, I meant Samantha. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do that. You're gonna do that. You know what I mean? But then you'll unlearn it. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll start referring to that person to Samantha. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's fine. It's fine. It's just extra brain work. It's just a little extra brain work. It's all good. If somebody wants to be referred to as they and them, shoot, that is all good. Be referred to as they and them, but just don't get upset if somebody makes a mistake. That's the only issue I see. And I see this happening a lot now, where I'm like, people are getting in trouble for accidentally referring to somebody in the wrong pronoun. But I think that there needs to be some understanding and a little bit of leniency, because some of us still need to get used to saying they and them when they're referring to a singular person. That's what I think. You want to be called a different pronoun? I'm with it. I'm with it all day long. More power to you. But make sure that everybody around you knows that that is what you want to be referred to as, because it can get very confusing. And you know, of course, to avoid hurting people's feelings, send them a memo. Send them that TPS report. You know what I'm saying? So that they know what's going down. Because not everybody's Demi damn Lovato that wants to be referred to as they and them. That's just what I think on that. And hey, more power to her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Demi Lovato is someone who is going to stay with it. You know what I'm saying? And stay with this kind of thing, being referred to as they and them. Maybe they will. See what I just did there? I was about to say she, but like I said, it's something to get used to, right? But maybe they will stay with it, and maybe they won't. You know what I'm saying? They may not be with it. Demi Lovato is just manipulating the press after she got shamed in yogurt escapade. She needs a way to carry, I guess, sympathy after being. The comments are flying in. Hold on, your comment just disappeared. After being a fool, you know what? And that could be it too. I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit of a shot in the dark where she's just like, oh, I need to throw out something. Non-player, NPC, yeah. I love curry too. But I think that she literally is just being real. I think that if she was going to do something that was going to, I don't know, throw people off from this whole diet shaming debacle that she was involved, that they were involved in, man, see, I got to get used to it. But that they were involved in, I think that they were trying to, I think they would try to do something a little bit different, something more, like come out with a, I don't know, start an organization or start to raise money or something. I don't know. Something that would definitely turn people's heads away from what they recently did. You see what I'm saying? Not come out as they and them. I just feel like that's because you got to remember this is basically it's a lifestyle choice, right? It's a lifestyle choice. So it's a very big announcement to make just so you can get away from getting in trouble about the whole diet yogurt thing. That's just what I think. It's just a little bit of a shot in the dark. But I see what you're saying, though, Winter. I'm not sitting here saying that you're wrong. That could very well be that could very well be the point. You know what I mean? That could very well be the move. You know what I'm saying? But Demi Lovato, as we've seen, they are not. They have a lot of demons. They're battling a lot of different things. So, oh, now he wants to come on? Man, I'm about to wrap up the show. Man. But you're here. Have you heard any of the conversation?
Nah.
See, now you're coming in at the wrong. You don't even know what's going on, bruh. Damn, David. You're just coming in at the wrong time while I'm trying to wrap up. Anyway, real quick, Demi Lovato, this is the last conversation or the last story of the day. Everybody, David's here. Say hi. So, long story short, Demi Lovato has now come out as non-binary. So we were just talking about it. I was just putting in my 2 cents about it, saying, hey, I think it's no big deal. If you want to be referred to as they and them, or he and she, or he and him, or she and her, then it's all good. But then at the same time, though, I just think that is a very important thing that people know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who are going to sit there and still say she, her. That's hers. Where is she? You know what I mean? So it's just a vernacular that I think people just have to get used to, But go ahead.
I agree. It's just, people want to be called what they want to be called. The thing is, you just don't always know ahead of time, basically.
Right.
And if it's not obvious, I can see people making mistakes. But if you know the person or know what they want to be called, I don't see a problem with doing exactly that.
Yeah.
And I even think they're starting to get possibly the trans community is getting more support from the right now, maybe because Trump Jr. has been promoting Caitlyn Jenner and all of that.
They're grifting
so-
like a mug, though. And,
Yeah.
if we're going to talk about that, let's talk about it, okay? Okay, so there's a reason that you came onto the show. Yay. Congratulations, David. Just in the nick of time, you dick. Moving on, here's the thing, okay? With that, it's very frustrating because you see them go off on, I forgot the name of the, I forgot the name. Of the other transgender woman that's in office right now.
Secretary of Health.
Secretary of Health. I forgot her name. I feel bad. But anyway, I think it's interesting that they'll sit there and go to town, right? Go to
Rachel
town.
Levine.
Rachel Levine, you said?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Thank you. You got somebody like Rachel Levine, they go to town on Rachel Levine. But then as soon as you have Caitlyn Jenner come out and say, yeah, I am a conservative and I am, running and all that stuff. Next thing you know, they're like, yeah, we're so proud of our transgender woman, Caitlyn Jenner. Like, come on, man. Come on now. Grifting like crazy. They would never have allowed this before. But now that you have someone like Caitlyn Jenner being a part of the Republican Party and representing the Republican Party, suddenly now it's okay. It's grifting like a mug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've definitely heard people refer to it as more of a just the Trump party at this point, especially with Donald Jr. and everything, because apparently there's still a lot of discord between them and the main Republicans. So I don't even think it's necessarily a reflection of all Republicans, but as far as like the Trump party, if you want to call it that, goes, I mean, it's exactly what it is. Just want to stir people up and get attention, possibly for him to run himself in office or something. But I do think for at least within regards to the Trump party, it's just basically a means of trying to kind of defame, I guess, like the left while saying that they do the same progressive sort of acts. Even though, like I said, it's not really always, obviously it's not always the case. This is fairly new to hear from the Republicans as well. It's kind of a 180, probably due to the recent loss in their election last year. So, yeah, I mean, it's in one sense, the fact that he's even showing that and suggesting it's fine is good, because that does point towards the right direction where people just won't care about it. But I do agree with you that at least at this instance from Trump Jr. and all that is definitely some sort of grifting going on there.
Yeah, I just, I just don't get it. Like I said, I just don't get it. At first it's how dare you? How dare you do that? The left is so extreme, and you're bringing in all this stuff, and there goes the neighborhood type of thing. Especially when Rachel Levine was brought in and all that, and then suddenly now, as soon as Caitlyn Jenner joins in on the into the political world realm that she is going into, suddenly they're like, yeah, trans people. Sorry, I just think it's absolute BS. You know what I'm saying? And you got somebody like Caitlyn Jenner that's definitely, of course, she's got her own opinions. And I've talked about it on the show where I'm like, hey, trans people are not a monolith. They have every right to believe what they want to believe, just like black people. The black community is not a monolith. There are going to be varying degrees of political ideals out there on the black side, in the black community, just like in the trans community. It's going to be the same thing as well, or the LGBTQ plus community. There's going to be varying degrees. They're not all going to be Democrat, right? They're not all going to believe in the certain things that they believe, that they feel that what the general public will feel that most members of the trans community would be down for. AKA, or for example, Caitlyn Jenner sitting there saying that trans women should not be playing in biological women sports or natural women's sports. I don't know what to call it, but you see what I'm saying, and then the world went on fire, because they're saying, how dare she do this? You know what I mean? But at the same time, But at the same time, like, there are a lot of people out here that want that type of right to happen. But like I said, she doesn't have to speak on every single trans issues. Like, she doesn't have to be on every single trans issue's side in a way. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, we're just in that weird time, or we're in that time where we have to realize that not every single person is going to be, just because we have David, who is a cis white male, right? He's Democrat or liberal, doesn't mean that he's going to believe in everything. You might be pro-life, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not going to follow into the monolith of what a cis white liberal male is going to fall into. You see what I'm saying? You're going to go against the grain on certain things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I've met Republicans that, don't rock with anything for black rights, but they drink Hennessy. Just saying. You know what I mean? You're going, wait a second. That don't make no sense. But at the same time, that's real. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I do think over time we will see the people on the right have less of a problem with individuals being transsexual. I don't think the conversation about sports will go away or anything, but in terms of just different sorts of relationships and gender identities, we have seen that the GOP over the past, say, 15 to 20 years has become somewhat more liberal. And I mean the people that, and by the GOP, I actually just mean people that vote Republican, not the GOP themselves. So most people that are Republican supporters are now supporters of same-sex marriage by, I think 60% or so. And obviously that took quite a while. So I do think that this could be part of a shift to the acceptance from that side. But it's really hard to say. I don't think certain conversations like transgender people being in sports will be resolved anytime soon. However, at least, yeah.
No, hell to no. And here's the thing, though. I fully embrace having the transgender community being on both sides of the aisle. I'm totally for that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm for the black community being on both sides of the aisle. Not all of us have to think the exact same way. We all have to think different. The only way we can get to a better place is if we are finding ways to think outside the box and think individually, so that we can come together and have, a cohesive agreement on certain things. You see what I'm saying? Now, I see Tammy from the block saying that Jenner is a hypocrite. And hey, I mean, she very well could be a straight up hypocrite. I don't know where she stood before she started running. I didn't know any of her political views until she made the announcement that she was running or anything of that sort. The thing that I find hypocritical, because here's the thing. If she's out here saying something else and then now saying something different, like she was saying something before and then she started running and now she's saying something different, then yes, I'll be totally with you 110%. But she's a reality show person. I don't think that there was any time for her to really come out with her own political views, except when she was accepting awards for her bravery of coming out as transgender. But even then, it's not like they were asking her, hey, what are your thoughts on trans women playing in women's sports? You see what I'm saying? But then again, I don't have my finger on her life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead.
From what I can tell, the most recent backlash against her, especially from, I guess, the transgender or general left community, is that I think it was released about 2 weeks ago, but basically she did say that transgender women and women's sports is not fair. And I think she got a lot of negative feedback right after that. I mean, she's also obviously running for a political office now, so there's going to be more coming out about her in general.
Oh, facts.
But yeah, so I think that I'm not too sure myself, but I think from what I understand, the fact that she doesn't think transgender women should be in women's sports is what got her the most recent backlash.
Okay.
But from what I understand, I've also heard, and I haven't looked into this, but she has made comments supposedly against transgender people in the past or something.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing, because of course right now more than ever, the trans rights, the trans community is coming out more and more, right? And it's definitely being put out there on the table for everyone to see. And yes, I do think that there is a little bit of necessity for someone to speak on behalf of the transgender community in its entirety. Not being polarizing, not saying things just to sound good and all that as well. It's, I understand that there is a need for someone to come out and speak on behalf of the entire community. And what happened right there when she did say, I'm not doing it, or I'm not for this, she definitely distanced herself from the trans community. Let's say the majority of the trans community. Let's just say that. Is that fair? So, and that sucks. And that's the part that sucks. That's the part that's unfortunate, right? It's a tough one. I think that we're in a time where there's a lot of grifting going on. Well, there's always been grifting going on, but right now, yes, I could see why people are very upset about Caitlyn Jenner saying what she said. Because there's a lot of people that were hoping that she was going to come in and start speaking on behalf of all of the transgender, like trans communities issues, right? But I mean, like I said, the only thing we can do is sit back and wait and see what else she has to say. Because just because she doesn't agree on that doesn't mean that she's not trying to do other things. You see what I'm saying? For the trans community, So I think that she has one opinion so far that goes against the grain of what the trans community is going after, right? So I think that we just have to sit back and see what else she has to say. I'm sure that's one thing out of a million different things that she's probably for and, is with in regards to the ideas and the things that the trans community wants to accomplish. I don't think it all just rests on just that one thing. There's more going on than just that. And I think, hey, if that's one thing that she disagrees on, I mean, that's one out of a bunch of other issues that hopefully she's going to be for, and hopefully she's going to try to help change for the trans community. So I say, let's wait and see what she's going to say next as she continues. And give her a chance. I say that. Give her a chance. Shoot, the Republican Party is giving her a chance. I'm telling you, the Republican Party is giving her a chance. You got Donald DJ out here, okay? Chilling in the cut, having a grand old time. You see what I'm saying? Saying, oh, look, what liberal trans versus conservative trans. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, they're out here. They're supporting. So suddenly. So let's see what happens. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do think some of it is that people do kind of look towards her for, I guess, leadership in the trans community, or at least expect her to do so. But from what I can tell, she's never tried to really be involved that way. She mostly just wants to be, right now, she's just running for governor of California. Trump Jr. is definitely using her status as transgender to their advantage. But as far as I can tell, she hasn't really ever tried to be a representative of the trans community. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I don't think that's really what she had been trying to do. And right now, she's mostly focused on running for office, obviously.
Right.
But so yeah, from what I've seen as well, she hasn't been running with any of that inside of her platform. Though a lot of the local LGBTQ groups in the area did come out against her the moment she announced that she would be running for governor, and so almost right away. Like he started having articles from apparently transgender focused sites saying like calling her a deeply unqualified hack who doesn't care about anyone but herself, and other people saying that she should not be representative of the trans community. But for the most part, this seems to be not what she's trying to do to me anyway. I don't think that's her goal, is to represent the trans community. I think she just wants office in California. I haven't seen all of her ads, so maybe she is trying to use the transgender thing to an advantage. But that's not necessarily the impression I've gotten so far.
Yeah, I mean, long story short, I think that she has been wanting to just live her life, be who she is. But now that she has thrusted herself into this world of politics, she's going to have to speak up. Whether she likes to or not, she's going to have to speak up. She's going to have to say something. And she's going to have to say some things that that the trans community wants to hear. Real talk. She can't just be, like I said, it's okay to have different thoughts and ideas on how you want to run the country or how you want to run your state, etc. But at the same time, if she's really going to want to get their vote, she's going to have to say a few things that are going to prick up the trans community's ears. She's going to have to say a few things that they're going to want to hear. Not this whole, no, trans people can't play in the same sports as naturally born people. That's just, as you can see, it's already pissed off a lot of people. So in the trans community, and outside the trans community. So the thing is we're just going to have to sit back and see what she does. Real talk. Elisa said you're giving her too much credit. Nah, I ain't giving her no credit. I'm just saying we got to sit back, wait, and see what she is going to do. You see what I'm saying? She said one thing so far, just one. She said one thing so far that was against the grain. Maybe the rest is with the grain. We don't know. So I say, sit back. Let's see what other controversial things that come out of her mouth. And if it does happen that way, then obviously we're going to see what team she's batting for, basically. If she's team trans community or team conservative, the Republican Party, right? So we'll see. We'll see what's up. Anyway, guys, we got to wrap it up. That's the show today. David, thanks so much for swooping in at the last freaking minute. You know what I'm saying?
Best time to show up, man.
Yeah, man. Best time of my life. Yeah. Best day of my life. Anyway, thank you all for being on, chopping it up with me, being on the conversation today. I really do appreciate it. There will be a members-only show tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, so be on the lookout for that. It should be a fun one. A lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to cover. So, yes, if you haven't done it yet, hit that join button down below. $4.99. That's $4.99, y'all. Let me do this again, solo dolo. $4.99 a month. Not even $5, okay? That's less than what you pay for your Netflix, your Hulu, your Prime. Helps put some energy into the show so I can keep giving you all the stories of your day. So please hit that join button. Tonight will be a members-only show. I repeat, a members-only show, and we will be taking video chat calls from every member or whoever decides to video chat with me tonight. I think it's going to be me and T tonight, so be sure to tune in. It should be a really fun time. We're going to chop it up, talk about a few things, have a few laughs, and talk about how crazy this life is. All right. So, anyway, I appreciate all you guys. Have a safe and wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you guys tonight for our members-only show. Anyways, time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood, we inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.